Welcome, everyone, to the opening match of the group round for the European Next Gen squads. I'm Sam Brief on behalf of FIFA. Very happy to bring you the FIBA Esports Open number 3. So this is the European Next Gen stage and the first of a slew of matches we'll have for you this evening. Starting right here with Germany and France. The Germans last year went 4-0 in the group stage. That was in the FIBA Esports Open 2. Turkey went on to win that with an undefeated record. France didn't compete, so the French squad a little newer, a little fresher, but the Germans very experienced as we tip off here to open the group stage for the FIBA Esports Open 3. We got over 60 nations competing, and starting with the Germans against the French squad. And to start, there's a corner 3 for France. Of course, as you can see, France in the navy blue tops and Germany in the all-white uniform. Again, I'm Sam Brief with you right here on FIBA's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch channels. Just a smorgasbord for you of esports action here for the 2K Pro-Am Next Gen generation. So here's Germany on the offensive attack, and Mamba out gets the board for France. This is a French squad, again, much more of a new squad as Mamba puts in a layup to make it 5-0. The Germans really have a ton of experience. It starts with Dogan, 26-year-old point guard, is a huge offensive threat. But so far, Germany seems to be struggling with the outside shots as France now corrals the ball coming down the court here on the left side. It's Mast. Down low. What a dominant start so far with the flush dunk for Mamba and a timeout called by Germany. Just a minute and 11 seconds in, it's already 7-0 France behind a dominant effort from Mamba. Just a 19-year-old, the center from Rouen, France, comes up with a steal. Now a long pass all the way down to Brex, and there's Mast putting in the left-handed slam. A dominant start for Team France, and it's already 9-0 as Germany has got a scrap, and somehow, here comes the double team. Dogan nearly lost it. Dogan puts in the flush, and that's Germany's first point about 2 minutes into the game. 9-2. France leading Germany. Over at the left wing now. Driving, Breaker the Beast puts in the dunk. It seems like the interior just wide open for France so far. They're having absolutely no trouble penetrating the paint. This is a smaller German squad, and certainly they're scrapping right now. And offensively, not faring much better as Dogan goes to work over at the right wing. Alley-oop. Pass. Outside, and a left wing 3 is off, and the rebound corralled by Mamba. Mamba's played basketball on the hardwood since he was 7 years old. And now he's showing out here in his Esports Open debut for FIBA. Long 3, bingo! There's a bullseye for Breaker Zebest, a 21-year-old point guard who loves Tony Parker, and he sure looked like the former Spurs point guard there as France leads 14-2, and now here's Dogan, bunny layup. Hey, when that doesn't go, you know you're struggling, and there is what likely we can attribute to a frustration foul. So Germany really struggling so far after going undefeated in the group stage last year, and let's see if France can keep the pedal to the metal. There's a mid-range jumper, no. Mamba out, gets his own board again, a third opportunity for France here, as over at the right wing, it's Mast going to work. The jumper's off and the rebound to the Germans. And here comes Dogan. Let's see if one of the best point guards in Europe can get Germany out of this rut with 1:40 left in the first quarter. Over at the right wing now to go crazy. He comes up empty. Long pass. France has had a lot of transition offense. And there's another German foul in the corner with France dominating so far. 14-2 behind Mamba. An excellent post-facilitating center. The French attack clearly going through him, but here's a deep 3. Boy, that was a heat check, and Mamba comes up with another offensive rebound and another Let's see Breakers the best. He sticks it from the left wing. Boy, Mamba is putting this squad on his back. They had 3 opportunities that possession, and it was Breakers the best, the Brest native, to put it in. It's 17-2 France. Hard to believe as the Germans scrap down the court. Outside. Alley-oop. That was pretty. Liz one-on-one puts it in with the right hand. And Germany gets just its second bucket. Breakers the best has activated his token. After making a nearly 40-foot three, the big-time offensive threat puts in a mid-ranger, and it's 19-4 France. First, Breakers the best played 2K15. Now, this is the next gen, so it's PS5, 2K21. It's as fresh as it gets. A lot of players still adjusting to the new meta, the new gameplay, as Dogon gets his pocket picked. Another steal for the French backcourt and another frustration foul for the Germans. This sends Mast over to the free throw line, and he drills the first. Excellent timing on the French jump shot so far, and that one was as pretty as it gets. 22-year-old from Paris, studying for a master's degree in finance. There's Mast. So now go crazy. Passes over to the outside, and a 40-foot three rattles in. Germany cuts the lead to 14. Needed that one, and let's see if Breakers the best will hold for the last shot or keep the pedal to the metal. Here's a trap near half court. Pass into the corner, and a 3-ball. Too strong, but hey, another offensive board and a putback for Mamba out. But something that's happened many times in this first quarter as the clock winds down, and a heave. Oh, how about that alley-oop for Go Crazy? That was pretty. And on a positive note, as the half-court heave misses for France, and a 14-point lead stands for the French squad. So far, highlight of this match has been Mamba. That's ex-Mamba out, who you see his token activated. He's over at the right wing right now, manning the French defense, and maybe he should have been right there under the basket because a wide-open dunk brings Germany back to within 12. Hope you're all having a great Friday afternoon if you're over in the Western Hemisphere or if you're overseas in Europe. I'm here in Chicago. If you're in Europe, you're having a good evening. And I know these two squads hopefully are enjoying their evenings. I think France certainly enjoying their evening more than Germany as the shot clock dwindles down. And Mamba puts in a little nubby that rattles out. But the rebound for Softy. And just another second chance for France. Breakers the best. He nails another 3. How about Breakers the best dominating for France? It's been Mamba on the inside, Breakers the best on the outside. The two-pronged French attack has just been sterling silver so far, and the 15-point lead is the fruit of their labor. And another transition dunk. This time it's Braxo, the 27-year-old lockdown small forward, who gets his first bucket of the day. Big congratulations, by the way, to Braxo. He's married and just had a kid, 4-month-old. So not only is he competing here in the Esports Open 3 for FIBA, but also he's got a 4-month-old at home, so we know his hands certainly full as Breakers the best goes to work with the mid-range jump shot. That's as clean of a swish as you're going to see. The inside-out attack for France has been dominant, and now here's Go Crazy for Germany. Top of the key. That's a prayer. And now France looks to respond. Over at the right wing, it's Mast. Nearly got it stolen, and France with a nifty timeout call. You got to be quick trigger on those timeouts. And France has been quick trigger where Germany seems to just be lagging behind a little bit so far. 3 minutes left, second half. Hope you are all having a wonderful day. I'm Sam Brief on behalf of FIBA as Breakers the best drills yet another 3. I mean, this is getting ridiculous now, the amount of 40-foot three-pointers that Breakers the best has put in. And it's had Germany on its heels all evening long. Here's a transition foul. And now France will have the inbound from the left wing. It's Softy. Now top of the key, Breakers Abest. I like his hair. Both Breakers Abest and Mamba. And Breakers Abest, well, I like his jump shot even more. Now a 22-point France lead forces the Germany timeout as we're halfway through the second quarter. Again, this is the first of many matches today. I'll be on the call later this evening for Great Britain at Belgium, and then Luxembourg against France as we wrap up the European Next Gen group stage. We'll have playoffs this weekend, and of course, everything streamed live here on FIBA's Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube channels. How about a dunk for Go Crazy? Nice two-handed slam brings Germany back in position. The French attack just won't stop. This much is clear, and now Liz 101 trying to help him dig out of the hole. Here's Go Crazy for the Germans, bringing it over to the left wing. Little dribble behind the back. Here comes a double team. Now he dishes it off. In the corner, JLB puts in a three. How about JLB, the playmaking level scorer? I hear he's a big-time cook. And when he met Dikembe Mutombo, this is an amazing story, he told us. He met Dikembe Mutombo in person and gave him, as Breakers Abest hits yet another three, he gave him the finger wag. You know those commercials? The no, not in my house. Well, JLB actually did that to Dikembe Mutombo in person. So we know the guy's got some chutzpah as JLB misses. One-on-one the rebound. And now Germany has a second chance. They need many, many more chances as they trail big time here. And there's a dunk for Dogan. A 26-year-old from Frankfurt, bringing Germany to within 20. Here comes France. Breakers Abest over at the top of the key, dribbles behind his back. Dishes off to the left wing with just 45 ticks left in the first half for Germany and France. Mast, three. Oh, yes, he hits it. Mast, another three. He's studying for the finance degree. I think he could get his degree in drilling those wing threes. He's really good from that position, right between the top of the key and the corner. So we've got 30 seconds left, first half. And now at the top of the key, Dogan. He stops over at the right wing. Whips a cross-court pass. Top of the key with just 2 to shoot. Over at the free throw line, there's Go Crazy. You can go crazy now. It's a 21-point French lead with 17 seconds left, and let's see if they'll hold for the last shot. Mast dribbling in the backcourt brings it over to the left wing. 8 to shoot. Make it 6 as he weaves around the German defense at the top of the key. A long three. That's too strong. Offensive board for Mamba in the corner, and we expire with the first half. Well, yeah, Breakers Abest, certainly the player of the game so far. 24 points. Hey, he's outscoring Germany. Breakers Abest has 24. Germany has 23, but more importantly for France, they have 44. And you see the numbers there, the 3-point barrage for France. What has struck me so far, folks, the number of threes that are just ridiculously far behind the arc. I mean, these are not little threes with a toe near the line. I mean, these are 35, 40, 42 maybe foot jump shots that Breakers Abest and the French squad are putting in. It's been the offensive boards from Mamba. I mean, we know that Mamba is an excellent facilitator in the post. He's an experienced player as the shot clock violation goes against Germany. Mamba has played in just about every European tournament he's had access to. It's interesting because in 2K, Mamba plays center, so he has to learn how to operate from the interior. But in real life, well, he's not that big. He's a point guard. He can't do that necessarily in real life and put the ball in pretty much at eye level with the rim. So he's a point guard in real life, so he's got a feel for being the floor general, for playing from the outside in. But today here on the 2K court, he's just been phenomenal at getting second chance looks for some of the sharpshooters like Breakers Abest and like Mast. Sam Brief with you for the group stage of the FIBA Esports Open 3, live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We'll have a full day as JLB rattles out on a layup. Softy the board for France, and now it's Mast meeting some German defense over at half court. Mast at the right wing, dishes to the corner, breakers at best. A rare miss. And now maybe a window for Germany, and how about that dunk? Just a thunderous slam with the right hand, forgot the board. 19-year-old inside-out scorer from Munich. He looks after Dennis Schroeder. Man, I really like Dennis Schroeder, too. Former Atlanta Hawk guard. Really shifty, and I think got the board in his 2K style. Has a lot of that shiftiness, no doubt. Here comes Germany in transition, down 21. They really need a spurt sooner rather than later. And now over at the left wing, it's Go Crazy. Met with some tight defense, and there's a nice alley-oop for JLB. Well, even if Germany can't come back and win this match, no doubt they've had some highlight reel dunks, and the alley-oops have been going in for Germany. So you've got some highlights, certainly, with this debut in the FIBA Esports Open 3. So France going to work here with just 5 to shoot. It's Breakers at best at the top of the key. He drives. He's got nothing but open space. And now the reverse slam to put France up 21. Here's Go Crazy now for Germany. You see the 26 points, 6 of 8 from downtown. Breakers at best. You call it video game numbers. And you see, he's been putting on just an excellent performance with 2:25 left here in the third quarter. Germany going to work now. Top of the key, Dogon. Dogon misses the dunk. Nice defense there from Mamba. And here comes France the other way. A frustration foul goes against Germany. So now it's Softy inbounding to Breakers at best. He's put on quite a show today. Dribbling behind his back. He's got it at the right wing. Just toying with the German defense. And he got a little too fancy there as the steal gets caught in by Go Crazy. And now a foul against Softy. So 2 to go, third quarter. 48-27. France on top of Germany. And now here's Go Crazy at the left wing. Cross-court pass nearly picked by France. Here comes Dogon over to the corner. No good on a 3. France jumped out to a 14-2 lead if you're just joining us. And Mast gives you a little punch to show what happened in that first quarter and kind of what's been happening since. France scored the first 9 points of the game. It was really Mamba, who was dominating that first quarter. And then the French attack moved from the paint over to the top of the key and the perimeter. And that's where we saw a lot of those, a lot of threes start to fall for the player of the game, Breaker Zebest. Across half court, here's Mamba. He's been a little quieter in the second half, no doubt. A lot more from Mast, who's in double figures now. Mast also an excellent distributor. You see those 4 assists on your screen. And in the corner, JLB. Totally smothering defense there from Softy. An excellent two-way player. Softy just dominated that corner 3. It's really fun to watch a defender dominate like that. And no doubt that's what we saw from Softy as the Germans come up with another steal here. Foul on a 3. And we'll have 3 free throws here. As Germany trails by 22. And it's Go Crazy drilling the first. I hope you're having a fine Friday. TGIF. I'm Sam Brief joining you. If you're in Europe, I'm all the way across the pond. I'm in Chicago. Honored to be bringing you the commentary for today's group stage match from across the pond on behalf of FIBA. Just an excellent multi-week event put together. Over 60 nations represented in this, the third Esports Open. The first one had 17. Second one had 38. Now we got 60. So talk about exponential growth. As Mamba out, running out of time, and there's a shot clock violation. Giving the ball over to Germany with 6.9 to go, third quarter. Again, highlight reel plays, no stranger to the Germans. Let's see if we get one here with 3 seconds left. Go Crazy in the corner to Dogon, and he rattles out on a 3. It's France by nearly 20 as we plunge on to the fourth. Breakers the best. Mamba. There he is. We saw that about 6 times in the first quarter. And now Mamba with the easy bunny as France leads by 21. There's a nice slam. Dogon putting in the right-handed high arcing dunk. A former basketball star on the hardwood. Dogon played basketball for 11 years in Germany, but then injuries halted him. Now, he knows how to dominate as one of the best 2K point guards in Europe. Dogon actually, during his basketball career, scored, get this, 55 points in a game. His team scored 67, so there were only 12 points that Dogon's teammates cobbled together. This guy put the team on his back as Mast drops in a nice left-handed lay-in, and it's back to a 21-point France lead. Mast really starting to heat up, and the French defense continues to smother Germany as Breakers Best has the ball in the key. Brings it to the outside. Maybe now this is where we see France start to slow things down. As we have Breakers Best operating at the top of the key, dribbles between the legs, now dishes over to the left wing. Just 5. It's Mast. Lost it. And cleaning up the spill, there was Dogon. Another French foul. So here we go. Dogon top of the key for Germany. Knifes around a screen. Dogon, nice behind the back dribble. And a two-handed hammer flush for Dogon. The 26-year-old has been the star of the game for Germany. Looks like it won't be enough, though, because of plays like this. Mamba out, giving another chance to Mast, who sticks the 3. Boy, this second half has belonged to Mast. And the French lead balloons back to 22. Their largest of the day. And now Mast, who's got a computer science and a math degree, really technical stuff. He's been surgically piecing apart and picking apart this German defense. So under 3 to go, fourth quarter, 19-point French lead. Let's see what Mast can do here. The Nando De Colo fan started playing at the iteration of 2K11. And how about that celebration for Softy? He did the Steph Curry there. Put up the shot, turned around, arms up, celebrating. He knew it would go in. Softy, the 21-year-old power forward, puts France up by 22. And now the rest of it essentially a formality. Next up for me, by the way, I hope you'll join me for Great Britain and Belgium. That's going to be about, we'll call it 10 minutes after this one's over. Great Britain against Belgium. Belgium, a new team to the FIBA esports arena, whereas Great Britain went 2-1 in the group stage last year and then ended up losing to this German squad. And then I'll be on in an hour for Luxembourg and France. So we'll see if this French squad can keep it going. Breakers the best. Got to keep something in the tank because he'll have Luxembourg for some group stage competition in about an hour. Meanwhile, as the clock dwindles down, French lead enough to likely chalk this up as a win, but watch, the Germans will go on just an absolutely historic comeback and prove me wrong. But let's see what we got here for France. It's Mast, top of the key. Mast over to the right elbow, dribbling between his legs, lost it. Mamba couldn't get it. Instead, got the board, gets the ball, and gets a Mamba hug. So later tonight, too, we have the South American groups. Argentina, Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela, Uruguay, Argentina. Those are the matches you'll hear me on. Again, Sam Brief with you. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, whatever website you're joining from, whatever continent you're joining from. It's an honor to be casting to you here on behalf of FIBA. So as we dwindle down, just over a minute to go, it's Mast top of the key between his legs, brings it over to the left wing, knifing through the German defense, passes into the corner. Now Mast, left wing 3. That's too strong. Rebound, a Softy. And now let's see if Softy gives us another one of those spicy corner 3s. Not quite right now. as France 11 inbound with under a minute to go. Fourth quarter, 62-44. Absolute domination after the French scored the first 9 points. Mid-range, that's easy. He can hit it from 40. He can hit it from 20. 45 seconds left. Breakers the best. Let's see if he can get to 30. He'll have at least one more crack at it as Dogan goes to work at the top of the key for Germany. Has it at the right wing, dribbles behind his back. Now a chest pass cleanly over to the left wing. 8 to shoot at the left wing. A 3-ball. That rattles in. And Germany making it look a little more competitive at least, as Mast meets some tight German defense in the backcourt. Again, both of these squads will play later today as Breakers the best gets to 30. That's 30 points for number 30. Breakers the best, an absolute domination of a performance. And a 19-point France lead as Dogan has it at the top of the key. Stifling defense from Breakers the best. 7 to shoot. It's all a formality. And France ends with a Mamba rebound. Well, what better way to finish this one out than a Mamba rebound? We saw a bunch of it in the first quarter. That's what got France out to the big lead. And it's the French over the Germans, 66-44, 30 points from Breakers the best as he absolutely dominated. And the French squad will take on Luxembourg. Again, that'll be in about an hour. France against Luxembourg. But right now, I'll be heading over to Great Britain and Belgium as we move along here in the European Next Gen group stage for the FIBA Esports Open number 3. Well, you see the player of the game, no doubt. Breakers the best. 30 points. When you shoot almost 70% from behind the arc, you have to be the player of the game. And here you see your final numbers for you. Mast dominated as well. Second half with 18 points. And how about 10 and 13 for Mamba? A lot of that came in the first quarter, but he really put in an excellent outing. And I'm going to sign off now. I hope you'll join me for Great Britain and Belgium. That's going to start in about 10 minutes. Again, you're watching the FIBA Esports Open 3 group stage competition. Sam Brief with you live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Adios from Chicago, everyone.